The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Some parts of the 4 states are dealing with several feet of floodwater creeping into homes, closing roads, leading to water rescues. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. We're going to begin our coverage with meteorologist Sam Lane in Pineville, where the flooding has led to a state of emergency. Sam.
That's right, Dow. Here in Pineville, residents are without water because of the raging river, the Elk River, causing flooding problems, and that has led to many numerous water rescues, road closures, and of course the lack of water has caused the city services and county services to be suspended until the water main break can be found and then eventually repaired. So folks here are left wondering how long that's going to take. City officials are hoping that soon that they will be able to see the waters recede enough to get to that water main break and then repair it so that city services can be restored. Now, we've been talking with several residents that have lived here many years, and they've never seen the waters rise up as quickly as they have seen with the rain last night flowing into the Elk River and causing all the water rescues here in Pineville. And if you can see behind me, you can see the waters are still out of its flood banks. And back behind me, some of the cabins are also experiencing some water underneath those. And we've heard reports of about 7 or 8 homes between here and Knoll that their basements have flooded. They have not been evacuated, but their basements are filled with water as well. So lots of issues down here in McDonald County. Dow?
All right, certainly you'll be keeping an eye on that, as will Doug Heading, and we'll look for updates. Thank you so much, Sam Lane. The high water of Elk River in the Pineville area trapped an elderly man in his car, and a family that lived nearby came to the rescue. William Ross tied a rope to a tree and used a life preserver to get to the car. The man inside was unable to get out on his own.
For initially, I was going to have him come through the window because I didn't think I was going to be able to get that door open. But he told me he wasn't going to be able to do that, so we ended up having to try to force the door open, which is how we got him out.
William's wife, Melanie Ross, took cell phone video of that rescue, and we're hoping to have that for you tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 and here on Channel 7 after basketball. 2 people died when a car was swept off a low-water crossing in Wright County, Missouri. They are 20-year-old Devin Holt of Grove Springs and 19-year-old Alexander Roman Ronelli of Springfield. 4 others who had been in the car managed to get safely to shore. Fortunately, the worst of the rainfall at least is behind us. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heading.
Yeah, we definitely got some very heavy amounts of rain across the region. Then our northern counties, hardly even a drop. So it really kind of picked up Girard, Pittsburgh, Joplin, everybody in the green here, at least an inch. Once you get down here, once you see the orange and the red, we're talking 4 to 7 inches of rain. So a stripe right through the region of 4 to 7 inches of rain from Delaware County, McDonald County, right into Berry County. And of course, when you get that much rain over a short period of time, you get the flash flooding. All right, the heaviest rain is off toward the east. We're on the back side of this system now. So we are still seeing some scattered showers, and we are going to have them out there throughout the overnight hours for us tonight, but at least the heavy, persistent rain is done. But we have more chances as we head into the weekend. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
See you soon. 2 apartment buildings in Joplin are getting a chance at a new life. KOAM's Carrie Worthen has more.
Hooray!
John Palmert has lived next door to the 2-building apartment complex on Byers Avenue for 53 years, and he has been unhappy with some of the people who live there.
They are destructive. They fight, they break out windows. The police are here every other week. There's a lot of drugs over there. I've had things stolen.
Assistant City Manager Tony Robin says the apartments were considered unfit to live and the residents were forced to leave. Robin says the city has since worked with the Homeless Coalition and Economic Security Corporation to help the residents find other housing.
I think everybody in the neighborhood is happy to see that existing property go, and maybe we'll have better tenants, and it'll be a whole lot nicer to have that house over there.
Tyler Casey is a chief executive officer of ProX Realty out of Joplin. He purchased the property and will be renovating both buildings of the complex.
I'm going to make it look good enough that I would want to move into it. You know, and when people pull up in the parking lot, that they want to make that their home or their family's home. And I mean, my intention is to basically make it a new building except for the stem walls and the foundation.
Casey estimates the cost for the renovations to be a little over $1 million. ProX Realty also purchased the lot across the alley and will build a brand new duplex.
I've always felt good about it. I've always thought it's the right thing to do go around and do the most you can to improve your community.
So this used to be a very respectable neighborhood. It's gone downhill through the years, and it's starting to come back. And so that's a good improvement there. Then we've had the little store up there that helped, and so it's getting better all the time.
The two buildings were on the city's demolition list, but Casey has a plan in place to keep the frame and rebuild from there. In Joplin, Carrie Worthen, KOAM News.
Casey says his crews are going to begin preparing for construction next week. The Neosho, Missouri Area Chamber of Commerce is giving people a chance to connect with local businesses. The chamber is hosting its Show Me Expo. This year's theme is the 4 states most wanted, giving the Business Expo a Wild West feel.
Our annual Business Expo is a great opportunity for the community to come out, get to know some businesses they may not be familiar with. They can also come out and learn some more about businesses that they may not have realized they offered those services.
The expo runs until 8 tonight and then again tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 2. A craft fair in Pittsburgh today was to help raise awareness of donkeys that are neglected and to raise some money. It was organized by T&D Donkey Rescue from Liberal, Missouri. That nonprofit helps at-risk, neglected, abandoned, and abused donkeys, give them medical attention and address physical needs. You can also adopt a donkey on T&D's website at tdddonkeyrescueinc.org. Students at Park Elementary in Columbus, Kansas are raising money for a good cause. Today was the annual Tricathon. The Tricathon is an event where students ride tricycles, of course, to raise money for children who are fighting cancer in memory of a young boy named Dylan who lost his battle with cancer. The family of Dylan has raised more than $100,000 in the last 9 years. Still ahead, putting the focus on age.
A new recommendation on who should be screened for diabetes. I'm Jared Hill with why researchers say weight shouldn't be the primary factor.
And how the pandemic disrupted early autism detection among kids. Those stories and more in Health Watch. Topping today's Health Watch, the rate of children diagnosed with autism in the United States has been growing steadily since 2000. But a new report from the CDC highlights setbacks in early detection of the condition. The report shows there was evidence of continued improvement in the early detection of autism through February of 2020, but the trends reversed as the COVID-19 pandemic hit, which officials say is due to fewer children being evaluated. Diabetes is a significant public health concern, with millions unaware they even have the condition, which can lead to, of course, more serious health problems. Well, now a new study points to what's best when it comes to screening. Reporter Jared Hill has more.
Diagnosing diabetes early is critical to prevent the serious complications of the chronic disease. Now, new research from Northwestern Medicine shows when it comes to screening, focusing on age and not weight is the way to go. While that sounds counterintuitive because we think of being overweight or obese as the main cause of type 2 diabetes, researchers say screening all adults 35 to 70 years old identifies the greatest number of people with prediabetes and diabetes. Current guidelines recommend only screening adults who are overweight or obese, but that can miss many people in racial ethnic groups who develop diabetes at lower weights. 37.3 million people have diabetes in the U.S., with 8.5 million undiagnosed. That's according to the CDC. 96 million adults have prediabetes, and more than 80% of them don't know they have it. Now, without treatment like medication, getting more exercise, and eating healthier, diabetes can develop into type 2 diabetes. That increases the risk for heart attack, stroke, blindness, kidney failure, and the loss of toes, feet, or even legs. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Previous studies show only half of eligible adults are tested for prediabetes and diabetes. A new study in the journal Nature Human Behavior finds a different part of the brain, rather than the prefrontal cortex, actually plays a greater role in making decisions like where to eat or which slot machine to play. Investigators at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center hope their discovery may lead to new treatment for neurological disorders, including addiction. Let's look at today's health news a little bit later, how a company is creating furniture designed to save space.
Plus, we do have a little bit more rain in the forecast. We're going to check that out coming up next. Well, of course, parts of the area have seen a ton of rainfall over the past 24 hours, and still we have the cloud shower sticking around for us today and drizzle. Just kind of a raw, nasty day outside. Nice shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, so in Joplin, we've had a little over 1/4 of an inch of rain today. Of course, we got much heavier amounts last night, but at least nothing severe out there, which is good. But look at these bands of showers. Look at the heavy rain. It just trained right over the same location all night long into the morning hours for us today. And then now we have those isolated little showers out there. Heaviest rain off toward the east. So most of us just drizzle, but you can see we have some pop-up showers just west of Iola. Here's Yates Center. We can track a little farther toward the south, Coyville, Fredonia, Neodesha, and then out into Greenwood County from Eureka to Howard. And we are going to have some scattered showers. This is the back side of the system, or the calm ahead that's going to rotate. Heaviest is going to stay to our north, but yeah, we're going to have those hit and miss showers as we go through the overnight hours. All the big time severe weather today. Eastern Arkansas down through parts of Louisiana, heading, thankfully, away from us. All right, let's look at the temps. It's chilly. It's 45 Stockton, 50 in Anderson, Miami, 45 in Chanute. Our temperatures will continue to slowly drop off as we go through the overnight hours. Through the evening, light showers rotating through. Then we finally get rid of this system that has been on top of us for the past 36 hours. We break out, we see partly sunny skies as we go into the morning hours. And our temperatures, not bad. Most of us mid to upper 50s for afternoon highs, which we'll definitely take. As we go through tomorrow night, a weak little wave kind of shoots to our north. Northwestern counties, Yates Center, Chanute, Iola, Fredonia. You guys may see a random shower tomorrow night. But our next system, it's going to roll in late Sunday. I think Sunday in general looks fine. Upper 50s to near 60 for afternoon highs. But once we get into Sunday night, showers, thunderstorms erupt again out across our western counties this time and then rotate through during the overnight hours. It does not look any of these are going to be too strong or severe, but they do look like thunderstorms. So something we want to watch as we go through the next 36 hours or so. So we do have more rain chances by the second half of the weekend. All right, temperatures for tomorrow. We start near 40. We got sunshine at least. We get into the upper 50s by the time we head into the afternoon, which we'll definitely take. All right, Monday looks good. Tuesday looks good. Wednesday looks good. And then our next storm system rolls in Thursday. This most likely is going to be a severe weather event next Thursday. So we got 6 days of no severe weather, even though we're going to have some thunderstorms late Sunday. But Thursday, we need to keep our eyes on. 57 tomorrow, 59 on Sunday. We warm into the upper 60s once we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Cool back down a little bit next weekend, but still plenty of rain chances around. We know parts of the area still need it. Parts of the area definitely don't.
Wow, yeah, huge variation from northeast to southwest and otherwise.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Coming up, the latest weekly unemployment numbers from the Labor Department. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the labor market continues to prove it's resilient, with weekly jobless claims edging lower last week. According to the Department of Labor, first-time claims for unemployment insurance ticked down to 191,000. That's 1,000 fewer claims than the previous week. According to Refinitiv, economists were expecting weekly claims of 197,000. This steady level of jobless claims continues to show companies are reluctant to let go of workers. About 32,000 hourly workers at Disney World will get raises by the end of the year. Most workers will get raises of about $3 an hour, or 37% by the end of 2026. under a tentative 5-year labor deal reached with unions. According to union members, employees' minimum wage will increase to $18 an hour this year. Workers will also get a retroactive pay increase of $16 an hour dating back to October of 2022. More Americans are squeezing into smaller spaces. A new survey from Rent Cafe finds the average size of an apartment is down more than 50 square feet compared to a decade ago. But new robotic furniture technology is helping them get the most out of every square inch. Bradley Blackburn explains.
Like so many, architect Eric Biber now works from home, but his home works for him in a remarkable way. With the push of a button, his office becomes a bedroom.
You wake up, you bring the bed up, you get to work? Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty simple like that.
Biber and his wife Salome were invited to test a cloud bed from Brooklyn-based startup Ori.
The back of the couch becomes the headboard.
CEO Asier Larea started the company more than a decade ago when he was at MIT.
We like to think about the concept of transforming a space.
Their expandable apartments are powered by robotic furniture that can unfold into a walk-in closet or slide to unveil a home office.
The robotics also have built-in safety features. Just 20 pounds of pressure, say from 2 or 3 fingers, are enough to pause it and then send it moving back up.
More companies are building shape-shifting furniture as apartment sizes shrink. New apartments average just 887 square feet, according to a Rent Cafe survey.
Definitely feels like we're living in the future.
Ori sells directly to the developers of more than 50 apartment buildings around the country. Larea says units can be just 350 square feet, so tenants pay lower rents without losing function.
We are in more than 1,000 apartments across the country, from New York to San Francisco, but also from Fort Worth to Boise.
Making more from less with some high-tech help. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Now, Ori doesn't sell their robotic furniture direct to customers yet, but it expects to in the future. One investor in the company is IKEA, and they've also announced a partnership with Marriott Hotels. Hyundai and Kia are recalling more than 500,000 vehicles in the U.S. and urging owners to park them outside because of a fire risk. The recall impacts late model Hyundai Santa Fe SUVs, including hybrids, the Santa Cruz pickup, and Kia's Carnival minivan. The vehicle's electrical tow hitch harness can catch fire if water gets into them. A final check of the forecast next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Steve Hartman takes us on the road to meet a referee who's back on the court after a player's life-saving assist. Now, we're not going to have a 6 o'clock news tonight because of college basketball, but on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14, we're going to have more on the water rescue in Pineville after the heavy flooding there. Plus, the Southeast Kansas Humane Society hosts an event allowing people to vaccinate their pets free of charge. And the Nevada-Vernon County Chamber of Commerce hosts its annual awards banquet. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News, KOAM News at 6. All right, just like here on Earth, other planets have seasonal changes. NASA's Hubble Space Telescope captured the shifting conditions on Uranus. The icy giant rolls on its side around the sun, orbits the sun every 84 years. So, for 42 years, part of its hemisphere is completely without sunlight. Even looking at the planet just 7 years apart, you can see the orientation shift. Hubble also captured the different weather patterns on Jupiter. Jupiter, a big gas giant, Uranus, a big ice giant. Neither one a place you'd want to vacation regardless of the weather.
No, I don't think so, but we need to dry out. A lot of areas, a ton of rain, still scattered showers tonight. Partly sunny skies tomorrow, which is good. High temp 57.
We'll see you right back here after basketball tonight. Let's make it a great evening.